My name is Deshotel. I'm with Bramlett Partners Real Estate, and I've been in the real estate business for a little over 15 years. I heard about Rivendale Homes from a client. I had a client that was coming in relocating from another state. She flew in a day early and visited a couple of open houses, and she texted me as soon as she walked through the Rivendale home and said, "I think I found it." With having just a week to find a home for these relocation clients, I had scheduled multiple days with 10 plus homes to tour. The home that Rivendale built was one of those that we visited first on that Monday that we spent out. Everything had to compare to that perfect property. And so once we knew that, we started to easily cross off all of those other properties, and we came back to the Rivendale home and then just spent some time really looking at the property and seeing what made it perfect for this client. As soon as I walked through this property with her, I knew it was so different. The floor plan, the design around the lot, not just sitting on the lot, made it such a difference of everything else that we had toured. And I got to see through her eyes what made this home perfect. And really, it was not only design, but the actual architecture of the property itself made such a difference. As soon as this property was the top choice, I reached out to Artemis, who couldn't have been more helpful. Between Ben and Artemis, the communication was just so smooth and seamless. Every question was answered within minutes. I was so surprised. I had prepared this client. I told her that it may take a little time for us to get all of her questions answered, and sure enough, by the time we went to lunch and we're chatting, I had a text and an email back with pretty much every answer that we had. We were really lucky. This client had just a couple of changes that she requested, and I set that expectation very low. Once a home is ready, they don't like to make too many changes. With the experience that I have, I didn't want to guarantee, promise, or anything with that, and she was okay. But as soon as we inquired about a couple of changes, not only were they responsive, but that day had one of these subcontractors meet us at the house, walk us through it, discuss what the options were. We made decisions that I thought would take weeks to get to. That just set everything in stone and sealed the deal for my client. As an agent, I was so surprised that I mentioned to her probably 3 or 4 times that this is not typically the response that we get, and it was just so impressive. So having relocation clients, they're in another state. They basically pick the house and let me handle all of the details via Zoom calls or FaceTime. A couple of times I met either subcontractors or the salesperson out at the property to discuss, and it was very easy to set up on their timeline, their schedule, FaceTime calls and Zoom meetings to finalize all of the last minute touches. We closed in about 3 weeks, and that was from the moment that they saw it to the time that they closed, and they never even came back in town until the final walkthrough. And so it was a seamless process. It was gratifying, and it made me look like a champion. The main thing that is really different with Rivendale Homes, honestly, the design and the architectural interest. They keep abreast of all of the newest and latest design, construction quality of materials, as well as the aesthetics, which are very important. Different buyers are looking for different things, but when the entire package meets beautifully with design and architecture, it's just such a beautiful thing, and it makes it very easy to state all of the pluses that the particular property has. And I think that is different after showing quite a bit of new construction. It just seems to really set them apart. Not only am I confident bringing clients to Rivendale, but I plan to purchase a Rivendale home myself at some point. I just was thoroughly impressed with the process from beginning to end. Everything had its timing in place. This definitely wasn't their first rodeo. The design was exactly what I love about a new construction home. And so I will for sure bring clients and be happy to tell them one day that I'm also an owner of a Rivendale property. Agents, put Rivendale on your list. When you want to show homes that you're going to be able to get questions answered and set great expectations for your clients, the quality of construction is there. This is a home builder that not only knows what they are doing, but cares about what they're doing.